Hey guys, it's Corey again. Sorry for the light up there. Let me try to move this a little bit so it's not so bad. Anyhow, today I'm going to go over my terms of service. I basically got this from Air and kind of matching that up with Air, and I think it's pretty close. I did modify some things, so I think some major pieces are in place that I need plus additional things that may or may not really apply to Air. I've added customer and added subscriber to the subscriber piece. The other thing is that's so yeah, I'm going to have customers and probably not subscribers per se, but in case I do, I left that in there so that it's customer or subscriber. And then kind of walking into this section here with the TCPA and the telemarketing sales rule (TSR) and the DNC do not call regulations, saying the customer slash subscriber has to comply, so the leads that they're using and getting, even if they're giving them to me, they need to comply before we run them in the system. So the uh, the general crux here, the general just here is that that we comply with the laws that govern telemarketing and basically, since these calls are artificial voice, that they have to have um, artificial voice. I'll put that in there. Voice calls or text, and then um, dialer. Automated, automated dialer. So that's kind of a big area since this does deal with that TCPA and the I'm not that familiar with the telemarketing sales rule, but there's an additional piece to that to the TCPA that is the telemarketing sales rule, and then the do not call regulations, the DNC list. So we need to make sure that we're not calling any do not call people. We need to provide accurate, correct, truthful caller ID. Um, dis- yeah, any disclosures, and then um, yeah, this is really the customer size subscribers' responsibility. So yeah, I mean, we're going to do what we can for sure, but in the end, yeah, they're the ones giving us the leads and the um, the material, the sales material, etc., the script, if you will. So, affirmative consent, acknowledge, understands recipient consent for required certain types of communications. So this is back to back to people have to like opt in. Yeah, right here, consent or business relationship with the recipient as required by applicable law or legally valid exemption. Some exemptions I think are like when you I think political organizations are an exemption, and I don't know that there are too many more. So, a consumer subscriber has and maintains a personally or via third-party records to prove the customer subscriber had the necessary consent and business relationship or legally valid exemption from or legally valid exemption to such laws at the time of the communication will provide certified copies of such records to us, etc. So the rest of this is kind of general, usual terms of use. I don't think there's anything really special, certainly with respect to this business in this area here. So information on this website is not guaranteed to be, disclaimers. Customer subscriber data. So This is saying, yeah, we get to use this, we get royalty free, worldwide, perpetual, irrevocable, transferable, sublicensable, license to use, copy, perform, reproduce, display, or distribute. And I'm not a lawyer, but we're just trying to work on some of these terms of service kind of things. And I'm trying to build this into the funnel, and the funnel doesn't even really have a place for it exactly. So I think I have to turn on a section. Confidentiality, and basically things have got to be labeled confidential or something close to it, and then everybody's got to adhere to it, even the attorneys on either side. Some of this stuff is kind of boilerplate, so to speak, for terms of service, indemnification. Anyway, I think the rest of this stuff is pretty standard. But we wanted to make sure that we cover again, I modified some of these things. We're just trying to get into yeah, there are risks in business. Okay, so back up here, the unique thing is that we need to comply with these laws. The consumer subscriber agrees to make sure they've got consent, and that's their responsibility. And it says, it says affirmative consent. I think that's required in just about all of the situations, so, unless there's an exemption for that particular type of customer, like political. So I know some guys are running political ads. I guess you'd call them ads or political campaigns using the voice AI, conversational voice AI. Anyhow, or some sort of a political, it's got some political aspect to it. So I'm not sure exactly how, because I think several of those organizations require their own proprietary system be used. So it might be some kind of a local organization or something, political organization. Anyway, that's all I had. Just a little detail here on specifics in terms of use with respect to conversational voice AI and Wise Agent and Air.